we're in plan as a humanitarian organization, we appreciate very much the PPI as a poverty targeting and tracking tool, because we are really going for inclusive financing. So we wanted all those who were left behind to be given a head start this time. Now, the thing is, in the original, it is also a very good tool for balance, for the MFI to reflect on its mission and to balance its financial and social goals. So both for the client and for an organization like us and for the MFI we're helping, I think it's a very good tool. Now the only thing is, if I look at all the experiences of the MFIs which started the PPI here in the Philippines, I think what they did apply using the original tool was the results. Because they're finding out that the results, were not the expected results that they wanted. They have been touting, of course, that they are for the poor, helping all those below the poverty line, but the results are showing otherwise. Okay. Now, if I get it from Jeff Tweed from last 2 days meeting or workshop with him at Bangkok, he was saying that once the PPI is or the PPI for a country is unique, okay, because it is based on the existing surveys and poverty line estimations of that country. In the case of the Philippines, it's the ACPIS, right? Now, how would an MFI, for example, who finds out that based on those APS and based on the original indicators, you're finding out that the results are not what you expected? The question for Happy is, can the MFI massage that? Because as I understood, you can include other indicators. You can include other indicators in the 10, to add to the 10 indicators. But that will not in any way be considered in the probability, in the score, right? So how did, for example, CARD manage to add all those indicators which were not there in the first place and got a result which you liked, which became acceptable to you?
I don't think that's what happened.
Thank you.
We did not add any indicators. We just advocated na i-revise or i-update yung PPI at ang ginamit na ito 2004 APIS data. So yung change na yun ng indicators, yung inadisang karaoke, yung radio, pinalit a refrigerator and washing machine, it's the sign of the times. Ibig sabihin, talagang pasay ng radio. So, pagka medyo umaangat ang buhay mo, refrigerator lang binibili at saka yung washing machine. So, these are the two indicator assets, consumerables na most strongly linked with poverty. So, kami, we feel better now kasi si Mark Schreiner na came up with several poverty lines. Kasi ang sinasabi na namin, hindi naman totoo na, of course, we recognize that there could be some leakages kasi kami nga nag-failed and we see when we validate yung houses, Diyos ko po, tatlo ang kwarto, may colored TV, pero the staff would say, yes, they have a big house because the husband came from Saudi or worked in somewhere else, and they built their house, but when the contract was finished, si nanay, nagtitinda na lang ng isaw sa harap ng bahay, o si tatay, nagkakarpintero pagka mayroong gagawin. Pero we feel more comfortable now dahil meron na ng pagbabasihan, halimbawa, kung $2.5 na poverty line, parang mas realistic sa mahal ng pagkain and fuel ngayon. Who can live on 200 pesos a day? Doon po kunin ng food and non-food expenses. So, yun ang aming ano. And if we want to be delighted with our outreach, we could use the $5.
indicators will have changed. Still the same. But you can compare it to different poverty lines.
Correct.
According to your mandate. And once those indicators are decided on, it's really unique for the country. No MFI can change.
No.
Yes, just to add, there's a line in the movie of You Good Men. You can't handle the truth. We just have to. Okay, if I walk on a scale, if I stand on a scale and it says 150 pounds, and I really don't want it to be 150 pounds, it's really self-delusion to change adjust the scale. So we shouldn't, and we don't. There are MFIs that add questions to the PPI, but those additional questions are not included in the computation of the score or in the determination of the poverty criteria. The other thing, though, is we need to recognize, the short answer to the question is what Mrs. Alec said, which is in this new version of the PPI, instead of just having 2 poverty lines, we added 7. So now you have an option. And we were thinking, it's more of a question of what is the strategy of the MFI given your market, given your growth stage right now. And so you have your options. But the other thing here is that we made a very stupid mistake 3 years ago in not managing very well the language of interpreting the data. And we allowed such terms as non-poor to enter into the dialogue. And when you talk about non-poor, very quickly you'll talk about mission drift. And when you start talking about mission drift, people will become very defensive. And because of that, nobody uses PPI. So basically, the lesson learned was, how can you keep the analysis using fairly neutral analytical terms? And so, for example, one version that we're doing now is, talk about $1 poor, $2 poor, $3 poor, $4 poor, $5 poor. So it's on one level, more quantitative, more accurate, less loaded. So that's one way to address that. But the other thing I think we need to understand in terms of social performance is this. When we're trying to encourage people to talk about social performance and to adopt the tools that we're developing, we really want to encourage them to do it. And so we tell them, this is the way to tell your story, right? The beautiful things that you do. Well, the problem is, sometimes we have our self-image and what we actually do. This is disparity. And the more accurate the tools are, like the more quantitative the tools are, the more we'll see that there is a disparity. And sometimes you just have to accept that we're not as good as we think we are. And that's tough love. But I think we're in a stage in the sector right now where we're more able to accept tough love. Can we be less defensive about our social performance? And these are precisely the tools that will allow us to go through beyond that threshold. It's it's not really we're saying we're not doing anything good, but once we start looking at all the different extraneous variables that affect the final outcome of our members, we realize that our relative contribution might not be as big as we thought it would be. Does that mean that we are useless? No. It means that we need to work more closely with those other factors. But we can't get to that point if we just think, oh, we're so good, every tool that tells us we're not as good should be discarded. Questions? The lane says that we now have to move on to the other session. So thank you very much, and have a good day.